Hey guys, welcome back. You can see here, we're out underneath my peach tree, and it's all in blooms. Pretty hard to see with the sun. You can see them here. It's another shot of the bench with some of the hardy trees on here. Here's a forsythia. Bonsai. That's an apple tree that we're going to plant out the back here actually. There's the 3 Manitoba maples right here. Here's my apple bonsai, which really grew last year, that we are going to be pruning back over this next couple of days. We're going to be working on a couple of trees here. This Manitoba maple right here in front of me, we're going to be pruning it back. And my cedar, we'll be pruning that back. Check out a couple cedars here. We'll just be potting this one up. And my eastern red cedar. And this guy, I can't even remember what it's called now. I got it from the store last year. We got some brown on it. Some browning, hopefully it'll be okay. But we're gonna clean it up here and take a look at the roots, because it's still in the nursery pot. And hopefully we can revive it. Hopefully it'll come back. We'll see what happens. Okay, well, over this next few days, we'll be working on some of these hardy trees then. Okay, we'll see you back at the bench. Okay guys, well, I think what we'll do is we'll start with my apple bonsai. You can see over this past, well, it was about 1 year ago, just last July, that I pruned this away back. And it's really grown since then. Pretty sure it was July. I think we brought things back down to about here, and yeah, it's really shot off. So today what we're going to do is repot it, because the last time I did repot this tree was 2 years ago. I did look up the video. It would be 2 years ago this June. So we will be repotting it and more than likely doing some more work on our roots. This tree is 3 years old. I did dig this out of the ground when it was just a small guy. It was about 3.5 years ago, I guess. anyhow, so yeah, so we're still developing the roots and the trunk. It's got a long, long way to go. So we're not going to put a lot of attention and concern up in here. We're just going to bring things away back for now. Because some of the structure that's here now, it might not even be here in a few years from now even. As it starts to get larger diameter, closer to the diameter of this trunk here, I might even be taking some of it out. So, but for now, we're just going to, we'll be bringing things away back, and we'll be repotting it. So that's what we're going to do. Well, we'll start from the bottom of the trunk here. We got one branch that's very low on the trunk, so we're just going to take that off because I definitely don't want it. Not even for in the future. We'll just come in here. Oh, I gotta watch it here. I'm out on my little workbench, and I got some things around here that I can bump into, so I gotta be careful here. I gotta get set up outside so I can do some videos outside. That would be nice. And I just got a bud coming out of the corner here. I'm just gonna nip that off before it decides to take off anywhere. That's what I forgot. It's my little turntable downstairs. Oh well. I think I'm going to leave this side branch on here for now. I'm also going to leave this one on here. The only thing I will do is I'll take it back to kind of a downward outer facing bud here. So we'll just take that back to there. And moving up to this next larger branch, we'll do the same thing. We'll take it back to this. We'll take it back to this bud down here. Hopefully we'll get something that's going to kind of come down here a little more, or off to the side even. And moving on to the other side of the fork. We'll come back to here. We got a bud that's facing out the back here, so we'll take that off. That was a pretty long one. So this one's all good now. All I'm going to do is just nip this newer growth that's just starting on the top off there, because I don't really need anything growing up. This next one here is our tallest one. That's the one that goes away up there. That's close to 3 feet. 3 feet in height. If we come back here to here, moving up, I think what I'm going to do, we're going to come back to here. I could come down even further, but I think for now we're going to come back to here. We're going to cut it off. There we go. Oh, that was a big branch. I think coming up here we'll bring this back to here, down to the next outer facing bud. Same with over here. I think for now I'm gonna keep this, and we'll bring it back to here. It's another outer facing bud back here, right there. And as I say, I'm not going to get overly fussy up here yet because, you know, in a couple of years, I can really see us cutting out some of the upper structure here as it starts to get larger. But for now, we'll keep it there because we do need growth up top to help develop our roots and trunks. So we're gonna leave this all go for now. We're gonna take this younger branch back to here. This one here, we're just gonna cut it back here so it just doesn't take right off. And here we go. That brings things away back. That's a lot better for now. Okay. Let's take a look under. Oh, it did. Okay. Let's take a look underneath here. Yeah, you can see we got a lot of roots under there. They've even grown over the screen on the bottom there, you can see. Yeah, it's definitely due. We can definitely repot that. Okay. All right. Well, let's rake things out here and take a look at how the roots are going. Okay. Yeah, I was just starting to grow some moss on here. Kind of too bad. And it just rained last night too, so it was quite mild out today. We got up to, I think it was a high of 17 degrees, but it wasn't quite warm enough to dry the soil out. And the tree, of course, is not using a lot of water right now because there's not much foliage on it. Wow, these roots ever growing. There isn't a lot of soil here because it is in a shallow pot. Well, as you can see. I'm sure you can already see we have some correction to do here. We have definitely one there that's taken right off on us across the radius there. Yeah, so we can see here that the roots have basically hit the edge of the pot and the bottom have just started to grow around. Well, we're definitely repotting this just on time. I was debating on whether to let it go another year or not, and just basically prune our tree back. But am I ever glad I decided to take the time to repot it, because it definitely needs it. Well, I think how we have it now, I'm gonna go out and wash these roots out, and I'll be right back. Okay, well, we're back, and here we are. We haven't cut any of the roots yet. And we got, we can see the diameter of our pot. You can see where the roots have grown to the sides. So yeah, we've definitely got some corrections to make. But really nice roots though. You can see here, this is why I stopped raking it. I did damage this root a little bit. Hopefully it'll be okay. Actually, I just got looking at this one side of it, but I will be taking it out anyways. Because that's coming off of this other root here, which is... See, it's coming right off of our trunk. Coming out nice, and this one here is coming off the top of it. So we are going to remove it anyways, but however, this is why I'm careful with raking, because I can damage some roots. So if I did want this root, you know, I'd be taking a chance at damaging it. So I try to only rake so far, then I go and wash the roots out and come back and do more work on them after I can see them clear. Well, I guess since we have this one up already, we'll go ahead and prune this one off. Okay. Let's see, where were we here? Well, why don't we just correct what we have in front of us right now. We do have a root here. This is the one surface root that we seen before we took the tree out of the pot even. You can see it kind of curl around and over the top of the soil, and it goes right over these other roots here. So we're gonna take that off right away. Actually, the one that was the root that it was coming from, actually, it's a larger root, and it comes out and then it takes off and goes underneath these other roots down to the other side. So we're gonna come in here and just take that right off. There we are. We'll just come in here and clean that up a little better. There we go. It's actually a root that comes out right underneath it. We're just going to take it off while we're there. Okay. Now here, we can see we have two larger roots coming out almost right beside each other, but kind of over top of each other. And I think we're going to get rid of this lower one here because it does come off the bottom, but kind of off the side of the tree. This one here, you can see this one comes down. The trunk comes down and this one comes out really nice. Whereas this one here, it's kind of comes from almost the edge of the tree here and then cuts across a little bit. So we're actually just going to take that one right off. I remember I wanted to make some of these corrections 2 years ago when I repotted this, but I didn't have a lot to work with. So I just worked with what I had. But now that I've got more roots, I can do more correction. So that is good. I'm just going to come in here and clean things up a little wee bit with this cut. There we are. Oh, and here's the one that we were looking at earlier. So we can see how we come down our trunk and it comes out really nicely, and then all of a sudden we get this larger one growing off of it. So we're just going to remove that. There we are. We'll just clean it up a little bit. There. Now that's already starting to look a little better. Now I think what we'll do is we'll come in here. Now this really does pull some stunts and tricks on us near the end, so we're just gonna cut it off. Cut it off here. Same with over here. This is where it's hit the edge of the pot and kind of taken off on us. We're just going to kind of come along and basically cut all these off. And I think we're going to cut this one off of here and continue growing this little one. So we're going to take this off because it kind of grows up and out. This one here comes from underneath and then comes up. We're just going to cut it off. Now if we look underneath here, we got some down below here that we definitely don't want. That one's coming out right below this other root that I want. This little one's okay. This is actually this is great. I've got one here that that's coming in the center here to fill in this part of our root plane, so that's good. I'll leave him go. That's perfect. Now if I look just under him, there's a larger one here that comes out and goes way underneath here. Yeah, I was just going to pull that around to see if I could even possibly correct it, but no, it broke off, so that's okay. I was going to cut it off anyways, but okay. But yeah, that's good. We have one here that's we're going to have a root filling in our gap here, so that's good. And we have some more that are growing out the bottom and going on funny angles on us here, so we're just going to remove those. Okay, well, this is pretty much it. We'll remove this one off the top. I'd like to do some more here, but I think I'm going to leave things go because we don't have a lot to go with now even. So I think we're just going to leave things go. That's looking a lot better there. Yep, we're going to go with that. We've made a lot of correction. It'll just get better with time. With more roots growing, we'll be able to make more corrections. So it's definitely better than what it was. Okay, well, we'll get this guy back in its pot and let it get back out to the bench and start growing. Okay, so I got some new screens cut up here. Our last three didn't survive. They were basically ripped like this one was here, so I just cut up some new ones. No big deal. Okay, well, now we'll get some soil in the pot. Okay. I don't have any perlite. Okay, we'll put some more on top of that. And then we'll start working it into our roots. Just before we do, looks good to me. What about you guys? Not sure if you guys can see it that great. I could have it straight up, or it would look a little better if we brought it forward to us. Well, we're going to be covering these roots here because I do want some new ones to grow in here, so we will be covering them. So yeah, we'll have this as our front for the tree. Gonna actually bring it over this way a little bit. And we're looking good that way too. You know, I know this is kind of a pre-bonsai, but I like to take the time to get a front. Why not? Okay. Yeah, we'll just go with that for now. I mean, of course, by the end of the summer, it could change that fast. That, you know, another side of the tree would be more suitable for a front even. Okay, well, we'll put in the rest of our soil here, and we'll work it into the roots. Okay, so I put another scoop on there, and since we're out in the garage, this is all I got is a chainsaw file. So that's what we're going to use. So we're just going to work the soil into the roots here. Looks like our freezing temperatures are pretty much gone. We got one colder night to go by the looks of things. It's going to go down to about -1 in a couple of nights. And that should be it. We're looking free and clear after that. We're getting into May now, which is really hard to believe. But yeah, the temperatures through May are going to start to pick right up. We're going to be into the late teens to the low 20s in Celsius. And the nights throughout May, for most of May, are looking to be around 8 or 9 degrees. So that's good. The temperatures are moving up. It's still going to be a little on the cool side for my tropicals, I would think. For me, the way things are looking, especially our nighttime lows. We'll have to see. There could be a couple of them that I could bring out, and they might be okay. We'll have to see here. Okay, well, I think what we'll do is we'll just put a little more soil on that, not a lot more. What I got to work on though in the future is getting my soil particle sizes larger here. If I'm going to continue to buy this stuff here, which is like an oil absorbent, then I'm going to have to buy a sifter. I'm going to have to invest in a sifter here to get my particle size larger for in my pots. Because right now it's mixed in with the smaller stuff and some dust. Whoops. It didn't move a lot. It did move a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go get some water and we'll give it a water. Okay, now we're going to give it a good water until we see the water coming out of the bottom. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to go get some more water here. Okay, here's our second can. Now mind you, this is a small can. It's just a ½ liter, so. I'll give it a lift here and there we go. You guys can see it coming out of there now. So that's good. So we'll leave this go. And tomorrow morning I'll make sure I water it again just to be sure that it's absorbed all the water that it can. Okay, that's looking pretty good there. Okay, well, here we are. Hopefully it'll continue growing. I mean, I forgot to point out, or if I did, I forgot, sorry guys, but these small little leaves on here, you can see some more here. And some more here on this little branch off to the side. Hopefully it'll keep on growing here and we didn't slow things down too much from the repot, but it had to be done. Yeah, it's just young yet, but they all start somewhere. And I'm definitely looking forward to developing it. And we'll see where the tree wants to go also. It's going to be interesting. We'll just have to almost kind of work with it. Okay, guys. That's it for our apple bonsai. You guys take care, and we'll see you in the next one.